Okay, so first of all, I'd like to extend thanks and appreciation to all the participants of today's very successful, peaceful action that was determined and held to demand that the drug cartel that is responsible for the $19 billion importation of cocaine is one of this process will be held to account. Okay, sorry about that. So I first of all feel obligated to say thank you to everyone that participated into this process that was organized to demand that the Bukele government dismantles the unestablished and entrenched drug cartel that is responsible for the $19 billion worth of cocaine imported into our country, allegedly, suspiciously by individuals that are at the top echelon of government who are now being shielded by the Bukele regime that is busy indicting lower level participants or lower level operatives while protecting higher ups. This is unacceptable, and this is one of the reasons why one of the reasons why we turned out today in our thousands to call attention to this egregious commission or the egregious or shielding of individuals that are cocaine traffickers, regardless of their statuses, regardless of their influence or whatsoever. I'm sorry I'm speaking to you in the dark because I was driving and I'm on my way home when I was sent a video message from Gregory Coleman that constitutes a threat to my life, and I'm obligated to alarm this threat, to speak to this threat that is clear and present by Gregory Coleman, who I believe is not annoyed because I've committed a crime, but is angered by the advocacy that we will continue to push, by the criticism of his handling of the drug crisis, which has placed him in the limelight, giving reasons to believe that he suspiciously or allegedly is one of the individuals that may have colluded with drug traffickers. And his relationship with Fezra Biago has also come on the spotlight because he recommended Biago to the Drug Enforcement Agency. And so if, as it has been alleged, Biago's driver was also involved in transporting cocaine, investigation for a credible body to take charge so as to get to the bottom of this very serious crime that must be investigated to hold individuals accountable regardless of their status or influence. Now, with that said, so you can see why Gregory Coleman is angry and bitter, and it is out for vengeance and seeking to spill blood. In the first place, I want Gregory Coleman to know I do not fear him. I do not fear him. With all the guns he got, with his allegedly past atrocities committed in the service of the police, his murdering of a mentally challenged man, instructions given that authorize or weaponize the police to kill innocent protesters, taking and all that, will not give any reason for me to be afraid of him. I do not fear you, Gregory Coleman. I believe you should not continue to be a police director. You should step aside so that this cocaine investigation can be delved into at the bottom to unravel individuals that bear responsibility for importing $19 million cocaine into our country. And so, coming to your podcast, in the first place, it is unacceptable for you to refer to me as if I stay with you. I do not stay with you. I'm not your boy. I'm a responsible person. I'm a head of an institution, and you will address me properly as I address you properly as police IG. So it is unacceptable for you to be very disrespectful and condescending of my person, regardless of how angry or bitter you may be with our advocacy and our criticism of your mishandling of the drug crisis. That's democracy. If you don't like the way things are happening, if you don't like the way we criticize you and call you to account, then step aside, let a credible person take charge of the investigation, because we believe that you are suspiciously compromised and is not the best person, like most members of the security sector, to lead this investigation. So you claim that I'm in possession of a firearm, and then you use that claim to ask me under the cover of darkness to immediately go to you and surrender firearm. In the first place, I did not take firearm from anybody. I did not. You cannot criminalize this process, because if anybody should be perceived as criminal in this process, that should be investigated, it should be you, Gregory Coleman. In the first place, why were you, yesterday you had a press conference like you just did under the cover of darkness, and you lie that some members of the July 17th protest organization were distributing firearms, illegal firearms, to different communities. That was a blatant lie from the pit of hell. And I believe the reason you told that lie, which was also doubled down and by Jeremy Pierre, who also told his own version of lies, that protesters were distributing petrol bombs. Where was the petrol bomb today among protesters? Where was the illegal firearms among protesters? But I believe this was a masterminded, or this was an orchestrated strategy to kill innocent protesters today. I have reason to believe, based on the facts unraveling to us, that I could have been assassinated today. Because the person you sent amongst us, after you lied that we were the ones distributing guns, you rather send one of your bodyguards, one of your workers who is assigned in your compound to the protest, who was pretending to be a protester, armed, and was very, very close to me. He was next to me in the crowd. He was chanting slogans as if he's a protester, whereas he was armed, and he is an employee of the LNP. And as a matter of fact, he was not an intelligence officer, or he is not an intelligence officer. We have got a fight that this man called Ernest Mulbah works in your compound. He works for you. And Ernest Mulbah, besides working for you, is not in the intelligence sector of the police. He, in fact, was a patrolman, and then and went on to become a member of the PSU, and then became an ARU officer assigned with you, Gregory Coleman, in your premises. So how did this man that is not an intelligence officer, armed with firearm, made his way amongst protesters and was right next to me? Had it not been for the expertise of our crowd control people, who immediately figured out that he was armed and dangerous, this could have been deadly. He could have killed innocent people today. He could have provoked a situation today. And you will be pointing to your podcast of yesterday, lying that protesters were armed with firearm, and that they are responsible for discharging firearms or killing innocent people. So you were masterminding a possible mayhem today. You were masterminding a bloodbath today. You sent this Ernest Mulbah, who was in your compound, to possibly kill me and kill innocent protesters, or create or provoke a situation that will lead to bloodbath. We also learned that you even went through some press people today in the protest, that you are armed and paid to cause havoc or to look out for you amongst protesters. And there were many other persons that you had armed, you, Gregory Coleman. And so when our officers, when our crowd control personnel disarm and disable this threat, you should be telling us thank you for preventing a blowout. But you cannot do that now, because I understand that he was working for you and you are frustrated that your mission was now accomplished. So when he was disarmed, the right thing to do was, I declared the firearm at the press conference today, at the protest, before the entire media community, and I announced to everybody that this man was arrested with firearm right next to me, and he would have committed a bloodbath today or havoc among protesters. And I told the media, and every media personnel can bear witness today, I told them that we will turn over this firearm tomorrow to the appropriate authority. That's what I said. It's on the record. Okay, and you know that fight. You have that fight. You have that recording. I'm sure you listened to it. When you ignore the facts of that recording, and then you have come up against me to threaten my life, to possibly hash an agenda to have me shot or killed tonight. I don't fear to die at your hands, because I do not believe you even have the capacity to kill me unless you're permitted by God. So regardless of your sinister motive and your diabolic agenda, I do not fear you, Gregory Coleman. If you're going to kill me, you have arms. If God allow you or permit you to kill me, go ahead and do it. I'm not in hiding. I'm driving home. And I'm going to drive and go to my house tonight, and I will sleep home. And you can do nothing to me because I've committed no crime. I was very purposeful today. I was very specific and particular today that we apprehended this gentleman. We could not detain him because without security personnel, the best we could do was to disarm the threat and announce to the public. That's what we did today at the protest. You couldn't expect me to turn over the seized weapon at the protest. No, we could not. No responsible person does that. But I promise that after the process, I will turn over the firearm to the appropriate authority and to file an official complaint that this guy was planted among us by possibly state actors to cause mayhem and cause a disruption. And I'm now glad that you have come up to take ownership of the individual, and you are pretending that he was on assignment as an intelligence officer. This man is not an intelligence officer. He works for you. He works in your compound and was possibly sent today to cause mayhem. So you lied yesterday, Gregory Coleman, that protesters were armed with guns. You were setting a trap. You were creating the impression that there will be violence today. All right? Unbeknownst to us that you were the one that would have instigated the violence to kill people, innocent people, and create bloodbath, because you don't want the public to go to the bottom of this drug scandal that you are suspected of colluding into or colluding with drug traffickers. Regardless of what you do, whether you successfully kill me tonight or otherwise, will not stop the investigation. It will simply shed more light and create more demand for your legs to be investigated. I didn't say that you are a drug trafficker. I said you are suspected. I said that your defense of a drug trafficker, your defense of a drug operative at the Liberian Senate creates the need or the urgency for you to be questioned. And for you to be questioned in this matter requires that you should distance yourself from the process so that a credible team of investigators, a hybrid team of investigators that includes domestic and international actors will take over the investigative process, because you are just too close. And you have become too controversial to be a part of this investigative process. Look how close you are to Fitzgerald Biago, who you recommended to the DEA. You recommended Biago, and you know it is the truth. And Biago, as we speak, remains a deputy police commander within the hierarchy of the Liberian National Police. He still says yes, sir, to you. He's the one investigating drug trafficking. His driver is said to have been involved in transporting drugs. So do you think you should be a member of this committee investigating drugs? The entire national security apparatus of the country is supposed to step aside to allow for an independent body to investigate this drug scandal. I'm not politicizing as you are politicizing. So you choose to go political, I'm responding to you so you know I'm not among those that fear you. I don't fear your big guns. And you've been very irresponsible to talk to me as if I stay with you. I don't live with you. I'm not your boss that say yes sir to you. Okay, and you know that. So don't disrespect me. You want to come and kill me, you know where I stay. Go there. Take your guns there and kill me if God will allow you to do it. And I'm not going to be afraid of you because you are a police director. You're nothing. You are supposed to provide protection for me. Not to demand that under the cover of darkness, I should leave my house tonight and go go get a weapon that you deploy to kill us and report it to the police under the cover of darkness. Do I look stupid to you? That you may have possibly assigned some of your murderous police agents along the route to have me killed or ambushed if I attempt to go deliver a firearm that you gave to your bodyguards to come and kill us tonight. I'm not going to do that. So we will, of course, I don't desire to hold firearm. I've never come to register firearm. Your president, Joseph Boakai, is the one that has passed an executive order to give you people the coverage or the cover to register firearms for your synesthetic and political agenda. We know what you could do with those firearms. You could create havoc. All right? People that are registering these firearms, who are they? They are political surrogates of political institutions. Most of them from the Unity Party. The same people that were killing members of the opposition political party here in Foya, in Monserrado, with sticks and machete, are the ones now that are bringing guns to get registered. So I'm not surprised at your draconian and irresponsible style of policing because you have no police training. You have never gone to one police training academy to be trained. So you're not a professional policeman. You are a political operator for Boakai. Sent down there to kill people and lead a process that will effectualize his re-election agenda. And you're there pretending to be a police officer. You're not a police officer by training. You are not a professional person by training in terms of policing because you are not a graduate of any police training academy in this country. You came with Leo Jabo, he put you in the police, you didn't go for any training, and you have been favored because you appear to be very wicked allegedly in the way you dispense your loyalty to political individuals, and you go to the extreme on their behalf, and it's sometimes leading to the kind of threat that you have now subjected me to tonight. But I can tell you, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not scared of you. I'm going to sleep to my house tonight. Send your police officer. I hear about arrest in the night. Go and arrest me tonight. Okay? Threatening my life. Talking about Morlu, bring the gun. Do I know that somebody who got gun for you? You send people to come and kill us, to kill protesters tonight. Today. It could have been a bloodbath. You should be thanking me if you were free, if your conscience was right. But because you are the mastermind of this very dangerous scenario that could have been created today, is why you are panicked. And you want to put an end to this drug crisis? You think by killing Mulbah money will stop that? There are thousands of Liberians that will never rest until this drug scandal is properly investigated and not by you. We know your legs. You can do whatever you want to do as police director. Any outcome of this process under you will not be credible. It's not in void because it might be influenced or might be instigated to shield the drug cartel or to shield individuals that are responsible for transporting drugs in the country, that are responsible for funding drugs in the country. You think we're stupid? That $19 million worth of cocaine will just walk in the country. We just walk from NPA and we go through all the checkpoints to the RIA. And you, police director, or your operators, or your officers at the highest level will not have any information? Had this been another country, you will be resigning your job because this is serious national security compromise. That $19 million worth of drugs will come to our country, and the police director who inspects every beta ball bear, who inspects every market Walmart luggage coming from the interior, will want us to believe that he could not notice, he could not sort of discover that cocaine was being transported from the NPO or wherever warehouse they were stockpiled into the RIA without his knowledge. You want us to believe that because we are stupid, okay, that we don't have sense, right, to allow you to take everybody for granted. You can take everyone for granted, but you will not take me for granted or take me for rare because we know the truth. It is completely unlikely that you, police director, and your officers, you, police director, and some members of the joint security, that you, police director, and the hierarchy of the immigration service or the drug enforcement service will have no knowledge of the $19 million drug scandal. When we stage a peaceful protest, you want to kill people, you want to besmell that protest, you want to blackmail people, and you send your bodyguard who works in your yard, Ernest Labla, who is an ERU officer, to go there and possibly provoke a situation, provoke a crisis that will lead to bloodbath. Then you will call a millionaire press conference and start lying again. Now, I told you they were going to do this, they were just distributing guns, so that's what you saw today. But guess what? God is not asleep. You have been exposed. This podcast is intended to expose your Draconian diabolic agenda. So I'm here. Tomorrow, we will turn your gun over, what is marked LNP, we know that, thank God you've taken ownership of it, we'll turn it over to the police, and then we officially complain the police to the international community, to your government. We'll complain you personally for attempting to instigate violence, chaos, and bloodbath among protesters today, which was a strategy to indict people, to lie on people, and to undermine the legitimacy of these protest actions, so that you, that falls under the heavy suspicion of colluding with drug traffickers, can walk free. So tomorrow we will do that. We're not going to come to police headquarters tonight so that your people will lay in ambush and kill us, and then you pretend to be investigating forever without finding culprits. Thank you. Bye.